Good morning, children. Today in social science, in civics, class 9, we continue the lesson working of institutions, and today we discuss the president. Now we see the president, he is the head of the state. That is, in our system, in our political system, one can say he is the head of the state and he exercises only nominal powers, because all the other policies and all are implemented by the Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers. Now, how is the appointment of the President? How does it take place? The President of India is elected indirectly. Like when we have the general elections, we vote for a candidate, and on that basis, the party that gets the majority, they are the ones who form the government. But out here, it is elected indirectly by an electoral college. It's a specially constituted elected body to elect the President and the Vice President of India. So, in other words, one can say it is a proportional representation by means of the single transferable vote. Now, who are the people or the members of this electoral college? The electoral college consists of elected members of both the houses of the parliament, that is, members of parliament, that is, you can say both the houses, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Then we have elected members of legislative assemblies, that is MLAs, and elected members of the legislative assemblies of the union territories. So the electoral college is constituted, or it is made up of these people, that is, who are the elected members of both the houses of parliament. Then we have members of the legislative assemblies and the members of the legislative assemblies of the union territories also. Now, when the president, for the post of the president, a candidate has to get a majority of votes to win the election for this post, that is the post of the president, and the president represents the entire nation. So, we see this is the way or how the appointment of the president takes place. Now, the president has many powers. Now, we'll take up these powers. That is, all government activities take place in the name of the president. That is, in the name of the president, all the activities that are going on in the country, they take place in the name of the president. All laws and major policy decisions of the government are issued in his name. So, he plays a major role because all laws and major policy decisions are issued in his name. Further, we take on the next function that he performs is that all major appointments which are made in the country, all the major main appointments which are made in the country are made in the name of the president. Now, what are these appointments which he is supposed to make? That is, he appoints the Chief Justice of India, the judges of the Supreme Court and High Courts of states. He also appoints the governors of the states, the election commissioners, ambassadors to the other countries also. So, all these are the major and important appointments. So, all these appointments are made in the name of the president. The next is, all international treaties and agreements are made in the name of the president. Treaties, or international treaties, that means whatever agreements that we sign with the other countries, and all agreements and treaties are made in the name of the president. Then another one is that he is the president is the supreme commander of the defense forces of India, that all three services, that is Army, Navy, Air Force, he is the supreme commander of the defense forces. So that is another major power that he exercises. And in case of an unexpected situation or a critical situation, actually, the president can declare an emergency in the country or president's rule and issue an ordinance. Now, an ordinance is a direction which is issued by the president when the parliament is not in session, and it has the force of law for 6 months. So, in a situation when the parliament, the session is not going on and there's some major issue because of which he can take the matter and decide upon. And of course, every bill that is passed in the house, that is on both the houses, that is Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. So every bill that is passed, it is necessary and essential that the President gives assent to it, and then only will that bill be transformed into a law. So these are the major powers that the President exercises in our country. That is, all government activities take place in the name of the President. All major policy decisions and laws are made in his name. Then we have the major appointments. All main appointments in the country which are of extreme importance. So these are made by him also. Then ambassadors to the other countries. So these are all some of the important appointments which are made in his name. Then treaties and agreements which are made in the name of the President. Then he's the supreme commander of the three forces. Then in case of a situation which is very critical, an emergency can be declared or a president's rule can be declared. Now, a president rule means if the president gets a report from the governor of that state or any other source that the government of the state cannot be carried on according to the constitution, in that case or in that situation, one can say that he can impose president's rule. So the government becomes unitary in nature. So this is what he may do in case there is a major issue or a problem. Now, there are certain limitations. Now, what are these limitations? The President can exercise all these powers only on the advice of the Council of Ministers. So the thing is that he takes the support and the advice of the Council of Ministers, and then all the other powers that he enjoys and exercises. He can ask the Council of Ministers to reconsider the advice if he feels so that it can be reconsidered. But if the same advice is given again, then in that case he has to act accordingly. That means that he has to agree to it. A bill passed by the Parliament becomes a law only after the President gives assent to it. So even though the houses, both the houses, that is Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, have passed the bill, but finally it is sent to the President, and if the President gives the assent to it, then will it be turned into a law, or then it will become a law. So we see that the President, he is the head of the state in our political system, and he exercises only nominal powers. But yes, he is representing the entire nation, so his appointment is made in that way. Thank you.